Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review, as promised from my Darth Sidious review earlier today. I'm going to be taking a look at the Star Wars Black Series Super Battle Droid from the fine folks over at Hasbro. That said, as we already mentioned him, there he is, right there with the Darth Sidious figure we took a look at earlier today, because these guys were part of a two-piece fan channel exclusive wave of Black Series figures. Even though these would sell better at retail than most Black Series figures, I digress. That said, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all the Super Battle Droid has to offer in terms of accessories. And the only one he comes with is this blast effect, and let me tell you what. I will say it's the thought that counts, and the original release of this Super Battle Droid, which came in a Geonosis 2-pack with something else, that flew under my radar, to tell you the truth. But it did not come with this blast effect before, and I kind of wish this one didn't come with it either, because this blast effect is a pain right in the butt to try and get on this little arm cannon of his. It should be worth noting that just like lightsabers, the end can come out. So you can have an easier time trying to get it in, but getting it on, as you could see by some of the lovely stress marks on my arm cannon here, I kind of janked up the gun. At least I think there's stress marks on there. That's what the old man, aka Mr. Brian, aka my dad, was telling me earlier, because I had to have him help me get that thing on, just so I could have it on for the URL in the final thoughts segment of this review. So, yeah, the thought of this effect is nice, but they could have made it way easier to attach, or better yet, just have a swappable arm cannon with the effect already on it. You know, it just... This is a cool figure, and it sucks that I gotta go through the rigmarole trying to replace it. So fingers crossed that the fine folks over at Big Bad Toy Store can help me out there, because it is still in stock as the time I'm recording this. I don't know about Darth Sidious, but this guy is. But people have had a chance to get him. So, and it's been quite a while since mine processed. I just got it recently, but processed well over a month ago, maybe even more so. But as far as articulation on this guy goes, you can obviously tell that the head, well, actually the head's on a nifty little ball joint there, so you can hinge it up and down and rotate it a little bit. It is a softer plastic, so yeah, it just seems to be on some kind of, I think it's just on a hinge joint. Maybe a little bit of swivel in there. But the arms will move around. They're on ball joints, actually on double ball joints, double ball pegs, so he can shift a little bit in the shoulder there. Nothing in the bicep, but he does have elbow rotation and rotation at the forearm because of the way his forearms are. He's got these flat, really flat kind of hands there, wrists, so he just has a hinge there. I would also say be careful with that, because you could tear the hand if you're not careful, but either way, that's not as bad as this gun over here. I don't know why they had to make it so hard, man. The diaphragm, he's got a little bit in there, and his torso is soft, so he can crunch forward a little bit, crunch back a little bit, and he can also rotate a fair amount. But again, it's not the best due to the design. And then as far as the hips go, he can kick out a little bit, back down, forward and back. Literally a ball peg again. And then he does have a thigh cut here. A little sticky there, but nothing crazy. Then he's got a single jointed knee. He does have rotation at the knee, so it's funny they even gave him a thigh cut. And then surprisingly no lower leg rotation, but he does have a hinge in the foot with a rocker. So very, very cool figure. I like it a lot. If it weren't for the cannon, I would say this is a perfect release for the Black Series line. I always thought the Super Battle Droids were cool. They took no BS, and it took quite a bit to take them out, especially if there was like a horde of them. These guys and the Destroyer Droids, I think, get a bad rap because they're associated with the Roger Roger battle droids that are just straight cannon fodder, let's be honest. Like, if you're going to compare a clone trooper to a battle droid, this conversation is over, and your argument is invalid. The only thing battle droids got going for them is the fact that they are 100% disposable, and they're not human, so they can just make more. Then again, clone troopers are pretty much human, or whatever, and they can keep making them too. That's why they call them clones. But yeah, man, I like this figure. It's got a little red nipple dot there. Is it yellow? I can't remember, honestly. But I like this figure. Other than that cannon being stressed out on mine, I didn't have any issues with it upon opening it. But if you're going to make blast effects, make them easy to put on, for crying out loud. I would have rather gotten two little teeny ones that plug into the ends of the cannon and the cannon be a little bit thicker or something, you know? But that's just me. So before we wrap this up, here he is with our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith. Right there. And the infamous Living Spawn, who towers over everyone, despite the fact that the Super Battle Droid, to his credit, is a larger Black Series release. Still no match for good old Al Simmons here. So, with that being said, it is time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from the shooty pew-pew blast effect kind of janking up the arm cannon on my particular figure, fingers crossed I can get BBTS to replace that, I have to tell you that out of all of the Black Series figures I've looked at this past year, this is probably one of the better ones, right up there with the Destroyer Droid, which again wasn't a perfect figure, but a really solid addition to the Star Wars Black Series brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro. So long as you can get one and not jack up the gun trying to get the blast effect on it, I would say that, yeah, this one is a definite keeper and or a winner. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.